bad intentions. I'm not saying this with any
You
shade,
can't
any Can I just be clear that I
you
am
can't
not saying
tease.
this with any shade or
Okay.
any bad intentions or to
Okay.
insult anybody. I'm just
Okay.
very curious.
Okay.
Does Nurse Kim belong in the mafia? Is she a mafia member or something? Because everybody
Why?
seems really afraid of her not liking them.
Oh. Oh,
I've never met
interesting.
her. She seems lovely. I don't know her, but, like, the fear people have of, like, alienating Nurse Kim, I'm like, "Is she mobbed up? Does she
Might
have a
be.
club under her bed? Like, what is going on? Why are people so
You know,
afraid?" I don't know.
I
I've always been
I
curious
honestly
about it.
don't know. I've always, always, always stayed away from that part of the
Me too, but I
Karen
have to say,
Readaverse.
my curiosity is piqued because it's like, I've never seen some of these people bend over so backwards to
Yeah.
stay in somebody's good graces, and I'm like,
Yeah.
is she in the mob?
Yeah.
Are
I mean
people worried they're gonna be rubbed out? Is she in the mob?
I mean, Aiden got Nurse Kim in the divorce, so
Mm.
mhm.
Thank you very much, member for 6 months. I'm sending you something. It will be next day delivery. Amazon wants to know if you need grocery items. Sure, send me a cucumber. We have, we have a on, somebody says, "I wouldn't get on her bad side." Why? What did she
Why?
do? I'm not, now, by the way, I'm not trying to get on Nurse Kim's bad side, and I'm not trying to say she's not worthy of, like, but people genuinely seem afraid of being on her bad side. And I'm like, who are you afraid of her listeners? Like, who are you? Like, what are you? Is she scary? I want to know if she's scary. That's what I want
I
to know.
I get the feeling that she's a nice person who is navigating a lot of different personalities and a lot of different
Oh,
creators.
sure, sure.
And also, she's going through a divorce and she's
No,
getting
she's
remarried.
divorced. She's
Okay, she's
divorced.
divorced and she's I don't know because I don't pay attention. She's getting remarried. I know all of that, but I know that from Jimmy. I just think that she's been through it. There's been a lot of drama behind the scenes. Honestly, I think that the moment that Meredith shared Aiden's phone extraction and phone calls and all the stuff really just hammered a wedge into this community.
Sure,
So
sure. Also, the recording gate.
that's what I'm talking. I think I'm mostly talking about that.
Oh yeah,
I think that was a breaking point because Kim was involved and Jess was involved and Aiden and people lied and da da da
I
da 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 da.
yeah.
So I think that just from there, I am like, I don't know who these people are. I don't know who, you know, I don't know.
Okay, somebody says I don't think she's scary. She's very nice. I don't think she's scary either. She seems very nice. That's why I'm wondering why everybody feels so afraid of, like, being in her bad graces. I'm like, is she actually secretly scary? No.
I don't know either. I haven't seen anything. The only thing that's been like I was kind of like, ugh,
This
was
is
when
this
she
is this is what it's I think Nurse Kim is authentically a good person, and you won't look, I think the message won't look good going against her. Is that what people are afraid of, looking bad?
probably,
That's
yeah.
what they're afraid of? Okay. By
I
the way,
stay
I
away
am
from it.
not I don't know her. She's been on Court TV at the same time as me. She seems super lovely. She seems to stay out of it for the most part, and I think that's great. But I am there seems to be, like, genuine angst around it. So, anyway,
I the only thing I'll say is I like her. Her content isn't for me.
it's not for me either, but
Um,
that doesn't mean anything. A lot of people's content isn't for me.
but I did get a bad taste in my mouth when she came out so hard in defense of Jess Machado. That's the only thing I'll say.
Or did she?
What do you mean?
There's some questions as to the veracity of Jess Machado's claims around her, and then questions around the veracity of Turtle Boy's claims around. This is what I'm saying. She's the
No, I
subject of
saw
so many people's conversation. This is what I'm talking about.
no,
She's the
no, she did a stream about it when
Yes,
she
she
came
did do
out
that.
in support of just that. When she did that, I'm
Yes,
talking just about her own actions, not
that
anybody else and
specifically.
what they
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
That specifically, I was like, what are we doing, you guys? Like you and I have known that Jess Machado was not a great person for a very long time.
Since the minute I became aware of who she was on the
You
internet,
know when I
since
knew
the minute I
the
became aware.
interaction with Grant Smith Ellis outside of the courtroom when they were both accusing each other of assault and Turtle Boy was like, keep your hands to yourselves or whatever. when I saw his reaction, I thought, okay, Grant is probably got a touch of the tism, and Jess
And also
is
drugs.
and Jess is a narc. Like, she's a
Oh, yeah.
narcissist. She is playing it up for the camera, and anybody who will listen, she's a perpetual victim. And I knew that about her from that one
Same.
interaction,
Same.
and it hasn't
Also, she's a
changed.
bigot. She's openly a bigot.
Well, I didn't know that when I saw that video about her, though. That's my point. My point is that I started having those kind of feelings about her when I saw the way that she reacted to Grant in that moment. And then I learned about the comments she made about Portsmouth and the gays, and then the gay summer thing, and then misgendering me, and then on, pile on top of all that, what she said about Jimmy in the past,
saying George Floyd wasn't killed.
that too. Like,
there's so much of it, so many things. And like literally, I first saw her tweeting, and I was like, okay, she's interacting with people, whatever. And then I looked at her Twitter, and I was like, oh my God, not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me. But I always was like, a little bit. She blocked me for a while, and then she unblocked me, and then she blocked me again. And I was always
tried too.
No, my awareness, I never tried to be friends with her, but I was always aware that I might meet her in person at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And when I know I might meet somebody in person at some point, I do this all the time on Crime Writers On when I crap on people's podcasts, which I do all the time because I'm like, there's an excellent chance I will meet this person. Sometimes I meet them at podcast conferences and stuff. And I just want to be clear when I'm crapping on somebody's podcast that I could defend it when I meet them. But the problem with her is you can't defend anything to her because she can't take any of it. She can't take any of it.
She'll say that you're being abusive and you are stalking her and
I'm
harassing
misogynist.
Her. And blah, 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 blah.
And anyway, I am not saying, just to be clear, because I'm afraid. I'm not saying anything bad about Nurse Kate. I'm very afraid.
That everybody is tweeting out right now. Rebecca's talking shit about Nurse Kim.
I'm not. I'm just curious why everybody's afraid to be on her bad side. It's just, and I'm like, is she mobbed up? I don't know.
I mean, to be honest with you guys, this is Rebecca's job.
Is to say your podcast sucks. Yes,
your podcast sucks, Rebecca Lavoie. That's her job. I mean, but she also Crime Writers On. That's what the whole thing is. Not that your podcast sucks, but they review podcasts for a living, and they've been doing it for like a decade.
And TV stuff. Yes.
And TV stuff. And so Rebecca is always giving her opinion about what she thinks, as you should be allowed to give
my unvarnished opinion
about whatever you want. Like, especially if you're going to put content out there for the world, you better expect that some people are going to be like, I don't like you. Like I told you about the comment that I had that was just like, I think that someone said to me about my Lindsay Clancy coverage that I was like immature or something like that, because I was making fun of Dr. Tufts because she was coming off as an entitled Gen Zer. And I'm not saying that to like cause offense to Gen Zers, but she was like valley girling it. She was like, well, let me tell you about Ms. the Flown. And then she was like flipping her hair and shit. And I was just like, I can't. People are not going to like us. You know what I mean? They're not going to like us. And that is okay. You're allowed to not like things. It's all subjective.
Okay. Before you make me watch the thing, I have to address this because I heard this through Jolene's stream.
Oh, so did I.
The Machado Network. So there has been a rumor for a little while. And Jess talks about teaching this class to like people how to use StreamYard, which by the way, she is terrible at using. How to use StreamYard, how to set up your YouTube channel, yada, yada. So she did this class. And like a lot of the women who worship her were in this class. Like Moons was in the class, and Oceans, who apparently has switched sides, but is still sort of a turncoat. Like no one knows what to make of Oceans. And spicy prison, scary ass Misty was in the class. Jesus. And this woman, Megan, was in the class. And she said, like, I didn't charge for it. She said, my idea was that I was going to start this network and we were going to have all these shows. So there was this rumor that she was doing basically a pyramid scheme with these other podcasters where she was saying, I teach you how to do it and then you give me part of your proceeds.
Yep.
To me, that was confirmed last night when she talked about the Jess Machado network. That was confirmed for me.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion. It wasn't confirmed, like journalistically confirmed, but it was good enough for me. It was good enough for me in that topic. Anyway.
Okay. I want you to watch this one clip. Hold on. First of all, I did mention this before and I'll mention it again just because I want to make sure everybody knows. Obviously, this is a members only stream and there are no ads and all that stuff. If you do feel like tipping us, we even
We'll
though we're
take it.
having a good time, we'll take it. We're
We'll
we're
take
having a good time. We still do a lot of work.
Mommy's got to
You
fill her
can
pair of cups somehow.
you can Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. It's all at the top of the screen. It's also pinned in the chat, and the QR code for the Venmo is at the top. If you do send a Venmo or a Cash App or a PayPal, I will read your comment. That is the one thing. Like, I will for sure read your comment. We try to interact as often as we can with the chat, whether you guys are sending super chats or not. But I want to make sure that everybody that actually sends a tip really does get their props, unless you don't want me to. And put that at the very top so I don't just start reading it.
Who wouldn't want
But
that?
what?
Who
There are
wouldn't
some
want that?
people. There are some people that don't.
That was a joke.
I mean,
Who wouldn't want the
um,
glory of tipping
yeah.
us $5 or $10
So-
or $20 or
so
100?
Christy just sent us over $20 in a tip. Thank you so much. And they said, thanks for all you do. And I appreciate y'all. That's very
Thank you for
generous.
all you do, Christy.
Thank you for
We
all
appreciate
you
you.
do.
Thank
Okay.
you for all you do.
All right, let me get this makeup off the screen. And
You still
Okay,
you still don't realize that you can share so many screens, do you?
I do, but I don't like to have a lot of those things open because then I get confused and I'm going to click on the wrong one and it'll be bad. Okay. So today, I want to play you a moment from today. This is from the Lindsay Clancy trial. This is not traumatic. This is not awful. It's just a moment where I was like, oh my
I think I know
God.
what you're going to play.
This is after, okay, so the cross-examination began with Jennifer Tufts at the beginning of this day. It went through almost the entire day. And then the prosecution did redirect. And then Kevin Reddington got up and did one more recross of this witness. And this is this moment. And we're going to play it all the way out.
It was wild.
It's a few minutes long, I think. I will speed it up just a little bit. I don't want to speed it up too much because I don't want you to miss anything. It's wild, y'all. Wild. Okay, here we go.
Do you remember where the other hospital healthcare provider was?
It might have been South Shore.
Do you know what date those were?
No,
Those are old reads, weren't they?
I don't know.
One of the things that the district attorney asked you about on a number of occasions that seems to be important is if the person that you're treating has, I guess, what do they call it, pressured speech?
Yes,
And you told us repeatedly that you never detected that Lindsay had pressured speech, right?
correct.
I'm sorry?
Correct.
Looking at the record from October 21st, would you,
Objection is writing on this.
well, you know what, I'll ask you to.
Might take a look at it, and if you want to get the actual exhibit.
This judge allowed everything. I loved
Yes,
it.
I loved it.
He was like a television judge.
October 21st
Okay, wait.
of 22, is that correct? Right up there?
Yeah.
Yes.
And can you just read this paragraph here for us?
No, sorry. No sleep last night. Falls asleep after 40 minutes. Heart racing, severe anxiety, worrying about kids, baby, sleep. Yawns but not drowsy. Not hyper, pressured speech.
What was that? What?
Not hyper, not
What?
pressured speech is what I
What?
meant. I know it doesn't say not, but that is exactly what I meant.
Wait, when did you see this? that you noticed that it did not say not?
I don't care what it says. I know what I meant.
Well, when you wrote this, you did not say not pressured speech. You said in the medical record, pressured speech, right?
Well, yes, you did.
Yeah, the word is the word not is right before not hyper, comma, pressured speech. The
Right, so
two
what
are
does it-
following the
comma mean
not.
to you?
Can you
When
pause
you
for one
put down
second?
in a
Can you pause for one
medical
second?
record, Heart racing, comma, severe anxiety.
You guys just saw, if you haven't seen it, an example of his striking Cobra, where he pretends to be an addled old man. He goes, "What?"
Mhm.
As if he didn't hear. He always does that. What?
Yep.
Makes
Say
them
that again.
repeat the damning thing they just said. What?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
And
good.
she just read it. She didn't even catch that he was about to catch her. She had just answered that question about pressured speech, and she read it out and didn't even think twice about it until he said, "What?"
What?
Just to make sure the jury got it. But this goes on for just a little bit more.
Following the
What does a comma mean
not.
to you? When you put down in a medical record, heart racing, comma, severe anxiety, comma,
Look at
worried
her.
about kids, comma, baby, comma, sleep, comma, yawns, but not drowsy, period. Not hyper, comma, pressured speech. That's what you wrote, right?
She did not have
Did you
pressured
write that,
speech.
doctor?
I wrote that, but you're misinterpreting my note.
Am I reading this correctly? And the jury will be
You're
able to look at
misinterpreting
it,
my note.
that you put not hyper,
Look at
comma,
her. Look at her.
pressured speech. Did I read that right?
She looks like a child, a petulant
Yes,
child.
but your interpretation is incorrect.
As
Right here.
opposed to yours?
Oh,
Well,
that was my favorite part.
As opposed to
guys catch
yours.
as opposed to yours?
Your
The judge is
interpretation.
the judge is allowing
Everything.
everything.
Did you notice on all of the anytime that the prosecution had an objection, he was like, "No, overruled. I'll allow it." And it was just like it was so
This
good. I
is
want
if this weren't such a difficult
Horrible.
and serious and tragic trial, this would be the most fun trial I had ever seen in real life, because it's like watching this judge. It's like, I watch Law and Order because Kevin and I make a podcast about Law and Order and SVU, and it's so unrealistic because judges are always like, I'll allow it, and they never freaking allow anything.
Mm-mm.
And he allows everything. And I'm like, this is like watching like freaking Law and Order. It's like watching
Yeah.
Barba
Yeah. And the thing is,
prosecuting
I'm
a case.
sure I've been hearing that Rosemary Scapiccio is in the courtroom, and she's just taking notes. And you got Kevin Reddington knowing
because
this is
she's
a
representing Lindsay
national
Clancy
story.
in
Yeah.
her civil case against this provider and other providers.
Donna. So at the end of the answer from the witness said, but he said, but you're interpreting it wrong or something like that. And then Kevin Reddington turned back to her and he says, as opposed to your interpretation, meaning your interpretation of Lindsay Clancy's illness, which you got wrong, he hammered her. And I felt bad for her but I also was sitting there. I was telling Lindsay and I had
I didn't feel bad for her. No way.
Lindsay and I, we had a little bit of a lunch date today, and then she was like, "What's going on in the trial?" And so I was like, he is hammering this poor girl." And I was like sort of explaining stuff, and she was like, "Oh my God, her career, it's over." I was like, "Her career's over." I was like,
No, her career is going to be fine.
I don't know.
Her
I
career's
don't
going to
know.
be fine. Her
Like,
career's going to be fine. It's going to
you
be
don't think that they'll pull her
No.
card?
no
Oh my God, they
institutions.
should.
No. Okay. I just want to make something very clear. I'm not
Okay.
talking to you, Mel, to the world.
She said, "No."
Institutions protect their own, period.
Yeah.
Because if her career is over, the hospital looks bad. Her career is fine. It's completely fine. You have doctors molesting patients. You have doctors doing malpractice left and right. Just listen to any of the seasons of Dr. Death.
Mhm.
They just, either they're allowed to leave in good standing and get a new job or whatever. She's going to be completely fine.
Sucks.
Completely fine. Her malpractice insurance will pay out her claims. She'll be fine. She'll be completely fine. Or if she has an umbrella policy, if it's personal, she has an umbrella policy, they'll pay it out.
I
She's
mean,
going to be fine. She's going to be fine.
she's going to be fine, except for when people Google her to see if they want to use her as their doctor. And then
Yeah. Yeah.
Cassie, thank you so much for the $10. Cassie said, this is in reference to Nurse Kim. She didn't like how Aiden said emotional manipulation stuff. Nurse Kim also doesn't watch a lot of stuff. She was saying no one in this is perfect and to give grace. I don't agree with how she saw the exit interview, but I understand her even though it didn't come out correctly. Heart, y'all. And then Natalie Bowers also.
I don't hear anyone saying she's not in the mob. Just trying to throw it out there.
Natalie Bowers paid us $5. Thank you, Natalie Bowers, and said, "My favorite Monday night date. Thanks to both of you for working hard and being awesome. Thank you for being here."
Mel works way harder than I do. Let's be real.
Don't say that. You don't need to say that. Listen, you have a big